Alright folks, check it out. So, we're finally back out in the garage again, getting some shit done. Yeah. So, as you can see, we're dealing with a little bit different weather here in Phoenix today. Yeah, it's a little chilly. My heat's cranking out, and I got the old Midwest apparel on today. Yep. So, let's get on. We're going to be taking the front forks apart today. So yeah, let's do that. Let's get the front forks taken apart and get them rebuilt. Get the oil change the oil out, change the seals out, and stuff like that. Now the seals are ordered. We don't have those quite yet, but we're gonna pull this thing apart and we're gonna get everything ready to go. And as soon as we get the pieces, we'll continue on with that. But all right, so what we're doing here right now, I'll get the camera back down there. But what we're doing here is we're putting the front shocks back into the triple trees so that we can crack the tops. I should have did that I wasn't even thinking when we tore it down. We should have cracked the tops of these things while they were still in the triple trees, but well, we didn't do that. So now we got to put these the easiest way. I'm not even going to try it. We might be able to do it without putting them in there, but let's just do this because that way, you'll see how the easiest way is to get these things done. So yeah. Without further ado, let's get on down to it. Oh yeah, and make sure that you subscribe, folks. Make sure that you ring that bell down there and get notified when all the stuff is coming out. We're going to be cranking on down, getting this, we're going to be getting the roller together pretty soon. Frames out to the powder coater, and I hope to have it back. They're kind of backed up, so it kind of sucks, but we hope to have that back in a couple of weeks here, so we're getting everything ready to get the roller together. And I found a swing arm. Yes, I found a swing arm. I found a nice swing arm. So I got that ordered up, and I should have that here in like a week or so also. We'll get into rebuilding everything, and we'll get everything ready to put the roller together here shortly. Woo! It's coming together. This is exciting. Yes, sirs. This is awesome. So yeah, let's just get on right back down to what we were doing down here. Let's get these front forks unhooked and get everything where we need to get everything to. Oh yeah, in case you noticed, I'm wearing a little different attire here today because the weather has kind of changed a little bit here in Phoenix and it's a little colder now. So yeah, this is, you guys out there in the Midwest, I can't make fun of you no more, but so yeah, it's a little cold here, and that's all right because it usually gets cold here in the middle of the winter time, like January, February-ish. It's going to be cold, and my heater's cranking out, and it's a good thing we have heat here, every once in a while. And yeah, so yeah, this reminds me of the old Midwest weather. I kind of dig it, man. But anyway, let's get back down to what we were doing down here and get these front forks apart. Boom. All right, folks, so what we're doing here, we're putting the forks back into the triple trees so that we can crack the tops right here, so that we can get on down to business. So let's do it. And I'm gonna put two more on here just to see if we need them or not. Actually, let's just try to crack it and see if we need them or not. Oh no, I didn't want it to come all the way off. No! Alright, so 2 bolts are plenty enough. So let's do the other side. Well, there you go. That's all we needed. All right, now let's get these forks apart. and move on to rebuilding them. So I'm only going to do one of them because it doesn't make any sense to do both. All it is just extra video, so the rebuilding process is not any different. They're the same inside. There's only a couple little extra added things on the outside of each one. One side has this guy on it, which is the brake line holder, and the other side has this on it, which is for the front axle. And they both have this guy on them. One of them has a different right here, and one of them has for the brake, and that's it. But the guts are the same. And we're gonna rebuild this one, of course, but we're only gonna do this one on video. So let's get on down to it. Boom. All right, so let's get this front fork tore down so we can get it rebuilt. First off, we're gonna pull the boot. Just held on by one screw right here. All right, now we're going to slide this baby right up on over the top. Done. Now let's just get rid of this right here because it's kind of just pain in my ass sitting there. So next we're going to pull the cap and we're going to pull the springs out. And we're going to dump the fluid. So let's get the cap off. Oh yeah, we got a spring on top. And then we should have a washer and another spring, but let's dump it right on into here, shall we? Even if the washer comes out, there it is. Oh yeah. Now the washer's down in there. Don't forget that washer. We'll get that guy in a second. We're gonna let some of this drip on through though. Whew, that's some nasty stuff, huh? Alright, well, before we get too far into this, let's grab the washer. I saw it. There it is. Then let's just pump some of this whoa. That shit actually looks like chocolate sauce. It looks kind of delicious, but you sure wouldn't want to eat it. All right, well next we're gonna pull this, we're gonna pull the bottom right here. So the easiest way to do that is to make sure this is all the way in. And the easiest way to do that is to hit it with an impact. So let's get our Allen head on there. This takes 6mm. Woo-wee! Looks like we're gonna need to clean that guy out, huh? Ooh, this one doesn't look as good as the other one I did. We'll see if that fits in there nice. If not, it actually did fit in there pretty nice, huh? All right. That one cracked loose. Hopefully my big ass head wasn't in the way. If it was, I apologize, but you heard it. Okay, so now we're gonna have a little bit of fluid coming on up out of here also. Let's get rid of that guy also. This one has a little washer too. Don't forget your little crush washer. Ooh, look at that. Ew. Alright, well, let's just get this motherfucker apart. Alright, so next we're going to pull this seal right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to get ourselves a pick, or you can use a screwdriver or whatever you have, and we'll just try to get in there. Without wrecking anything. Actually, it doesn't matter. We have new seals coming. But if you want to keep yours, make sure that you be very careful here, because we're going to try to be careful anyway. We're going to try to save them. But yeah, they just pry right on out. See, these things are old and crusty. I got brand new ones coming. We're going to make sure we get all the rubber replaced in here, the plastic. I got new piston ring. Sounds funny. We're not rebuilding the top end of the motor, but there's a piston ring in here for some reason. But there is. Anyway, yeah, let's get this guy off. Okay. And then that will expose the Circlip. Now there's a Circlip in here. So we'll take our little handy dandy Circlip pliers. And we'll just find the little holes. Where's the holes? Wow, that is nasty. I can't even see where the holes are. They look like right there? I can't tell. I can't even tell. It's so nasty in there. There they are. There's one hole. I cannot seem to find the other one though. There it is. Okay. So we got to find the holes. There. There we go. All right, so then you get this guy on out of there. And boom. So yeah, that's a nasty nasty bunch of material down there. All right, and then once you have the Circlip off, now all you need to do is just pretty much yank this thing out. You have to bash it a couple times to get it to come though. There we go. And now we got a bunch of serious nastiness. So you can tell somebody's been in this shock before, because remember when we pulled this bolt out the bottom? Oh, well look at that. Never mind. I take that back. It is on here. I knew we were missing a washer. There's a washer on here. There's another crush washer. You want to make sure you got that. We'll set these aside, these lowers. We're going to polish these dogs up. And then we're going to slide all this off. And right onto a zip tie. So that's the orientation that this stuff goes. So let's just zip tie that together for right now. You don't want it tight though, because we're going to need to clean them. And the way this rebound works is this guy just comes off. Alright, so there's one piece left, right? The rebound. So what we need to do, actually there's two, we need to get this guy off of there too. We need to be very, very, very careful with this one, because we don't have a replacement. They do not make these anymore. So we got to be careful. Anyway, we'll get back to this one. So, to get this out, you can see it doesn't go any farther, right? You can't get it out that way, but you can. What we need to do is we need to remove this oil stopper. So, all it does is it crackle-acks off the bottom, like so. Oh, there it is. So it just comes off the bottom, and now the rebound goes all the way through. Boom, and it comes out with a spring. So now here is the rebound spring, which it looks like it's pretty much sprung even, so we can put it in this way or this way. I don't really think it would matter. They look pretty much the same. This is the piston ring. So I'm guessing this is the piston. the shock piston. So yeah, you can just pop this baby right on off like so. Just kind of walk it around. Or, I guess you could just, yeah, there you go. Just pop this right on off. Like so. Alright, so we'll get all this cleaned up. Alright, so we got one piece left. This little guy right here. You can see it just spins, right? And then it's got a cut right here. And then you take a screwdriver and you put it in here. Whoa, hey now, hey now. Hey now, hey now. Okay. Ah, motherfucker. Okay, you gotta be careful because this thing moves. So this is tricky. We gotta try to get it across, up, over. So we get it started like that. There you go. And then you want to push it up. Oh no. There it goes. You want to just get it started sliding. And then just keep on pumping. There we go. And now, once you got it up over the top, gotta be careful with this guy too because we don't have another one. But you want to just keep working it around. Now it looks like we need a little more right here. There we go. Man, the other one worked out much easier than this one. I don't know why this one's being such a dick. I wonder if I split it now, if I can just fly it on through. There we go. Ali! There. Like I said, you gotta be careful with this one though. We don't have another one. And I guess you really don't have to take it off if you don't want to, I suppose, but I want to do everything and clean everything. And I just wouldn't feel comfortable if everything was clean and we couldn't get back behind here and then clean this up. But you could technically get away without this, I guess. But that's not the way I roll, man. See, I'm gonna get in there and we're gonna wire wheel out these grooves and everything. And there you are. This is a messy transaction, but here's all the pieces. Now when we go to put it back together, look at that. We'll be able to put it right back together again. Make sure all these pieces go in just like we found them. All right, peoples. Check it out. We can finally start assembling some pieces. Yes, we finally got some parts that we needed. We got everything. We got a lot of stuff taken apart, but we haven't had the parts in order to actually assemble something. But now we can finally do it. Check it out. So we already took the front forks apart. Now we can finally get to rebuilding them. And yeah, so we got ourselves some 7.5 weight shock oil, and we got ourselves new seals. The only thing that we couldn't get though was the piston ring right here, so we're gonna have to reuse the old one. And luckily it seems like it's in pretty good shape, so we're lucky there. That's not available anymore, but yep, we're gonna have to deal with it. And the Circlip also is not available anymore. We're going to reuse that one. But yeah, so let's finally, there's one of them. We're going to do this one right here. I'm only doing one of them because the other one's going to work exactly the same. I might do the other one, I might not. I haven't decided yet. But yeah, and here's the other one. We're going to get them both built and ready to rock and roll. So, whoo, without further ado, let's put something together. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna pop this piston ring onto the fork piston right here. And first off, let's get all this stuff taken care of so we can get some workspace going here. So let's do that. And yeah, folks, without you guys, I wouldn't be able to keep doing this. So make sure that you subscribe down there and ring that bell. Get notified when all the new stuff is coming out. And make sure to like this video too, because that helps the channel, you know, the algorithms and all that good stuff. It helps the search and helps me, you know, get on up into the searches and all of the fine technology stuff that's going on. So yeah, just give this thing a, just crack that little like button down there. Crack the thumbs up. And make sure you subscribe. And make sure that you ring that bell to get that notified, you know, get notified when all the new stuff comes out. You get that stuff sent right directly to you. As soon as I put up a video, you get notified whenever it comes out, so you'll be able to keep up with this. And, you know, it's going to be coming a lot faster now. We're going to be getting stuff done. So, without further ado, let us get on back down to what we were doing. Woo! Alright, so now that we got a good workspace going here, first step, we're going to put the piston ring onto the fork piston. And it doesn't say anything about this in the manual, but I went back and watched the video and I noticed there's a little dot right here in the bottom. That's going to be facing this way because that's the way I took it off. So either it doesn't matter, I don't really know, but we're going to put it on back the same way I took it off. So we're going to face this dot that direction. So it's going to go this way. So if it goes that way, let's flip it all the way around here. And then we'll just open this baby back up. And walk it around. Just like so. Easy peasy. Now, alright. We'll just go ahead and put our spring on. And the spring doesn't look like it's wound any differently either way. So it looks like you can go either way you want, but I noticed that right here is worn like it's metal on metal. So I imagine that it was facing this way, because you can see the wear pattern here. So I'm going to face it back the way it was. Put it back on here. And we can set this aside for a second, because next we're going to install the fork tube bushing. This is that piece that you don't have to take off, and actually in the manual it says only take this off if you're going to replace it. Too late. I already took it off, so I'm just going to put it back on again. We got it clean, and I got all the grooves clean too. So anyway, so I hope this thing goes on easier than it came off. But I think we should just be able to slide it right over. Boom. Alright, next we're going to take the piston with the return spring, and we're going to slide it so these holes, this hole goes down to this side. So we're going to put it in the fork tube. There we go. You want to wiggle it a bit so this pops on out of here. Alright, next we want to insert our slider into the vise here. Slide it back this way a bit. And we got the soft jaws in there. Make sure we don't damage anything. Alright. Now let's take our oil lock piece and throw it on the end of the piston. And we are going to dump this guy into the slider. So we're going to put the shock tube into the slider. This side first, obviously. So let's get us maneuvered sideways, like so. Let's go this direction. move that, get that out of the way. Now we're gonna spin it around. And we got a brand new bolt right here. This bolt's gonna go here, and we're gonna catch the piston, the bottom of the piston, and we're gonna secure that dog right on in there. And we're gonna, of course, use some blue Loctite on this son bitch. Make sure your crush washer is on there also. And I'm going to zip it down with the impact first. So that way it's easier, we can catch it easier that way. Now that we have it tight, we can torque it to, the manual says 11 to 18 foot-pounds. So since I got the thread locker on there, I just picked a number. I'm going to go 12. I feel 12 is probably good enough. And that equals out to 144 inch-pounds. So I'm going to torque that dog to 144 inch-pounds. I think I'm going to have to readjust. I'm going to have to put it on this guy so that it doesn't spin. Okay, now let's see if we can't get it to torque. There we go, 144 inch-pounds. All right, next we're going to put this guy back into the vise here with the soft jaws, and we're going to turn it upside down this time because we're going to install the drain bolt in there. And we got ourselves a brand new one. Make sure you install your crush washer along with this one also. And we're going to hit that thing with some blue Loctite. And I couldn't find a torque spec on here, so I'm going to use the general torque spec and torque this thing to 96 inch-pounds, which is 8 foot-pounds. 96 inch-pounds. All right. Next, we're going to install our bushing, the backup ring, and the oil seal. In that order. Let's get this dog up on out of the vise now. And first is going to go the bushing. And it's going to have to be driven inside of there. And we're going to use, the manual says to use the backup ring. Slide it up on top of there, and then it says either use a tool or use the old bushing. But I have found something that I think will work. Check this out. So it's a lamp tube. And actually, it fits right over that perfectly. Look at that. We'll be able to drive that in there. Gotta be careful with this though, because it's got threads on it. So yeah, I destroyed my lamp because I got out the micrometer and I mic'd this, and it looked like it was going to be perfect, and so I decided to destroy my lamp. So yeah, here's what's left of my lamp, and you know, it had all the tubes on it and stuff like that. So a lamp is way less expensive than going out buying a tool for this. It's a little dusty too, it looks like. So all right, so we're gonna crack that thing in there and see how it works. Looked like it worked pretty good. Alright, so see, we got that down in there. I think it's down in there far enough. And then we need to do the same thing with this guy. We're going to have to find something to go over the top of this, though, because this is going to just puncture that, so we don't want to do that. Alright, so now we're going to do the seal, and we're going to get ourselves a little bit of the oil here. Whoa, this isn't going to work very good, is it? Hey, it did. I got some. And we're going to oil up the seal. And you want to put the writing side up. And then we're just going to plop this guy right on through here. And get it started. And then we're going to take our handy dandy little tool right there that I just concocted. And we're going to do that again. But we need to get the seal down so that you can put the Circlip on. And we're going to use the old backup ring to put over the top of this so that we can hit it without damaging it. And we didn't go far enough. You want to get it so that you can expose the Circlip slot. Oh, now we're cooking with some gasoline. See, you want to get that Circlip slot. By God, there you go. Is this supposed to make that sound? Actually, it doesn't make that sound when you turn it back upside down. It's because of this. Now it should make that. Alright, so we're good. Whew! Freak me out, man. Don't freak me out. Alright, next step, now that we got the seal drove down far enough where we can see the snap ring slot, we're going to bust a Circlip in there. Circlip, snap ring. This is not a snap ring, this is a Circlip, I guess. Circlip. Snap ring. Ha! The manual calls this a snap ring. I always call it a Circlip because it's circle and it clips in there. But anyway, let's put the snap ring in there, so they say. And what we're going to do is you want to make sure we got our little cap of oil right here. We're going to oil it up a bit. And then we're going to grab our snap ring pliers. And we're going to slide this gently on down. You don't want to touch the thing if you can. And we're going to slide that right on in there and just drop her down. Let go. Thank you. And then you want to take yourself some something and make sure that it's in the groove. It is nice and groovy. It's in the groove. Now, as long as we're here like this, let's put our dust seal on. And we got our handy dandy dust seal, and obviously you can tell which direction this goes. But this is gonna go in, and this is gonna be the top. So let's oil it up. Slide it right on there. Okay. You want to make sure it's all the way down. And there we are. Boom! Now we can fill this dog up. So in the 86 ATC 200x, the front shocks call for between 7.3 and 7.5 US quarts. If you're going for CCs, that'd be between 216 and 221. Now this is for the 86 model, because after 86 it calls for between 7.6 and 7.8 US quarts and 226 and 231 cc's, and that's for after 86. If you're running an 83 to 85, you're gonna have to look up your own specs. I'm not quite sure what they are. I don't have a manual for that. But once again, this is for the 86 model. This is what these are. The 86 Honda ATC 200x front shocks call for between 7.3 and 7.5. So in my little cup right here, I can't get that precise. I have 6, 7, 8. So I marked the blue line right there, which I figure would be about 7.4. So I'm going between. And we're gonna go to the bottom of that line first, and then we're gonna measure, because the measuring says 7 inches. So once we get this filled up and we'll measure it, it says 7 inches is what we should have in there. So let's get it done. Got our Schmitty Racing Suspensions Lucas synthetic shock oils, 7.5 weight. Yeah, because I'm not a huge guy. I'm about a $150 or so. Maybe a little bit less than that even, maybe 145. So 145, 150, you know, I can run the 7.5 weight. I feel pretty confident with that. Anyway, let's get it done. Oh yeah, we spilled some. I knew I was gonna do it. These jugs are not very handy for pouring, are they? No. We got some left over for the rear shock. What we're gonna do here as soon as we get the damn spring back from the powder coater. All right, now what we're gonna do, we're gonna pour in our 7.4 ounces or thereabouts, and then we're gonna pump the shock up a few times and then measure it and see if we're on the money or not. So yeah, this is very important too. Before you pour this in, we did it already. We have our drain bolt in there, but you want to make sure your drain bolt's in there. Otherwise, you're just going to be pouring this shit right on the floor, and that ain't cool. So make sure that that's done. Anyway, let's give this baby a whirl, shall we? All right, now you want to compress it a little. And go slow. Get all the air out. We don't have anything leaking anywhere. That's always a good sign. Okay, now with the fork compressed, we want to measure it, and we're supposed to have 7 inches. That's what it is on the 86. 86 ATC 200X calls for 7 inches. And if you're running an 87, it is 6 1/4. 6 1/4 inches if you're running an 87. 86 is 7 inches. Once again, 83 to 85, not sure. You have to look that up in your manuals. So let's give it a whirl and see where we are. Huh, this isn't very easy to do. There, I touched. Holy cow, we're at 9. Let's add another ounce and see what happens. Oh, you bitch. All right, well, I'm adding another 2 ounces. We'll see what happens. I'm not adding all of it. I'm going to add it right there, and we'll see how that looks. So we added about another 1.5 ounces or so, I guess. Wow, I can tell you that this shock feels, this fork feels really smooth. All right, let's measure her up and see where we're at now. Well, crap, now we're at 6.5. I should have stopped at the first pour. Well, you know what we're going to have to do here, fellas. That's all right, I come prepared for this, I hope. All right, so if you got too much, you have to take some out. So I went and found a handy dandy syringe and a tube, and we will have to suck a little out because I put too much in there. Just a little. Now let's see what we got. Oh, look at that. 7. Exactly. There you go. So now, we can put our springs in there. And the way this works is you want the tightly compressed, the tapered end goes down. Before you do that, we want to pull this up. Actually, we don't want to pull it up all the way. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go for it. All right, so you want to put this tapered end down. And next, we put in our washer. Make sure it's flat. Boom. And next goes the little spring. And then we're going to have to now pull it all the way up. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put the cap on, but we're not going to tighten it because we are going to wait until we put these on the machine. Wait until we get them into the triple trees so that we can torque them. So yeah, the tube cap. Oh, we need an O-ring. Yeah, you know what? I bought new O-rings, and the one that was on it is actually thicker. I wonder if these are different caps. Someone let me know if you think these are different caps, because this has a bigger slot in it for a bigger O-ring. And luckily, the O-ring that came out is actually really nice. I'm going to reuse it. This is the OEM one that I just bought, and it's small. I don't know why. But anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to grease this dog up. oil it up, I should say. This is not grease, this is shock oil. Now we're going to clean up the threads because I don't think we want them greased like that. And these take a 17. I'm slickery from all the I'm just going to snug that down by hand as much as I can. And like I said, we're going to torque these once we get it on the into the triple trees and all that, because we'll torque everything at the same time. And while we're here, we probably should put in the valve core, because if I turn this upside down, it's just going to leak out, so we don't want that to happen. And that's that. And then, of course, we throw on one of our trick caps, because we got to have one of those on there, man. Look at those trick caps, yeah, with the American flag on there. Woo-wee. But we're not going to put these on here, because while we're building and doing all that good stuff, I don't want to ruin these cool caps, because what if we drop it or do something crazy? So we'll save these. But just for right now, we'll throw on the old protective cap. Boom! There we go. One shock. Oh yeah, we're not done yet. We're not done yet. Alright, so now this shock's all functional and perfect. We just got a couple more steps left to do with this guy. So we got this, which will go on. We might as well just put it there. Woo-wee! And then, oh yeah, dogs, the most important thing. Woo! Look at those sweet little dogs right there. The boots. All right, so let's get this guy hooked up on there. We got these all polished up too. Oh yeah. I might have to X-Acto knife that off so that it fits in there nice right there. But other than that, these boots are the bomb. So, yeah. They just slide right on like so. And then they go on just like the OEM ones. These came from eBay. And also the guy sells them in a Facebook group. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but I'll link to it in my description down there. But yeah, these work just like the OEM ones. They don't make the OEM ones, but these. Woo-wee, look at that. And of course, we'll adjust these once we get it on the machine as well, because this needs to be adjusted up to where it belongs. But for right now, look at that. Woo-wee! That is one fine looking front fork right there. All rebuilt, ready to rock and roll. So yeah, all we got to do is the other one, and we're getting there. So yeah, we're finally making some progress. So make sure you subscribe and ring that bell down there for notifications. And yeah, finally got one of the front forks done, and I'm gonna go ahead and take care of the other one because it works exactly the same way as this one. Yeah, oh yeah, oh, whoa.